All right, you science enthusiasts out there, this is my favorite part of the day when we take a look to see what's the latest and greatest in science. Now, you might find a little bit strange piece of irony here, okay, and just maybe a little pocketful, of irony, because what I'm about to talk about is also related to the video that I just did recently about Yellowstone. But this is about volcanic activity on another planet. And as you could have guessed, guess which planet that is? That's right, it's our red friend, Mars. Where just recently they've discovered sulfur rocks. Look at these beauties right here. Look at that. Sulfur rocks. And you might be saying, like, what's the big deal? Well, I'll tell you what the big deal is. When you discover sulfur, that is a clear indication of volcanic activity. Now, I'm going to play this awesome video for you just here from NASA. I'll put a link down in the description below. But just in case you're curious, this is a 360-degree video where you can play it and follow along with all the interesting and cool stuff that they put out right here. So let's watch the first couple of minutes. Now, you can adjust the video so you can see Pinnacle Ridge, you can see sulfur stones, you can see all of these like drill hole, which, by the way, isn't it wild that we can drill rocks on another planet, right? Like, how wild is it that we live as a civilization, as a people, that we've gotten to the point where we can send videos to one another. We can share videos from Antarctica if we wanted to. We can share videos from other planets if we wanted to, where we can see all these interesting and cool and awesome things day in and day out. And yet, still, somehow, I feel like take everything for granted with how advanced and how far we've come. So, if you ever need a little bit of hope in this downtrodden climate, whatever it may be, just remember, humanity just keeps finding ways to move forward even when nobody notices. I mean, we're drilling for rocks on Mars. Mars, okay? So, and we're finding out that this planet had all this volcanic activity. I mean, look at this, and I can watch it all on a 360 interactive video. So let me keep playing it here. So, and you can kind of notice here, sulfur, oh wait, a lot of stones out there. Again, I'm not a volcanologist, I'm not a geologist, I don't understand rocks. But when I find a cool one, I always like to take a look and try to think. Now, it has always been interesting to me, especially in these fields. Now, astrogeology is just another field that is just beyond me because you try to take stuff that you find in outer space, analyze it, take a look at it, and then realize, how is this applicable to the things we see commonly here on Earth? Again, science is really cool. Now, I might be asking a bunch of weird and strange questions, but again, it's just really, really awesome. Please tell me I'm not the only one who finds this awesome and interesting and curious. That we're finding sulfur stones on another planet at the same time that we're ready to have an election here in 2024, and we're debating like a bunch of things. Meanwhile, progress is happening, and we have things happening in our own backyard that we know nothing about, that we've never even asked questions about. At a certain point, for it said like I don't want to get too much into politics and mix it with science, but there's an interesting point to be made here, as a broader analogy to the things I'm seeing here. That at a certain point, science right now, we're living in a moment where science has become so advanced and technology has moved so far beyond the scope of average understanding that it has come to a point where it's moved so far so fast that you can't even regulate it, that you can't even recapture it. And not that you would want to, I mean, you want to like not slow down the advance of progress, but it's just kind of interesting and wild to me to see what's happening in the world, socially, culturally, politically, and then contrast that to what's happening in the world of science, where all this progress is being made but never talked about. And part of it is good because there's no no limits. But part of it is bad because what if the science, it's like one day we're digging up rocks and on Mars, but next thing you know, we're digging up something a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more scary, and we stumble onto something because these scientists won't stop. The drive, the thirst for human progress doesn't recede. We go in one direction. It might slow down, you know, but it's important that you have smart and curious and intelligent people that are asking the right questions, not only because of the cool nature of the stuff, but also because of the repercussions of stuff. Now, I don't think there's massive repercussions in finding sulfur on Mars. But as I said, I'm just talking to a broader point here. Anyway, before I get too much on a tangent and bore everybody out there and lull everybody to sleep, um, I just food for thought. Just another just average day, just looking at the stuff that's going on in our cool and interesting part of the world with all the stuff that's happening on Mars and other planets. Sometimes we forget to appreciate the advance of science and humanity while we're getting stuck with all the things day to day. So sometimes these distractions are a little fun and a little nice. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. And if you're a science lover out there, give me a like and a share or a comment. You don't need to share anything, don't worry. But a like or maybe a comment, a little bit of show support. Yeah, anything is appreciated. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you later.